Hello, everyone. So, just want to make sure everything is good here. Beautiful. Okay, so what I want to share today is about anxiety. Anxiety is such a big topic nowadays, and it's getting worse and worse. And I've seen this a lot in my practice. So I thought, okay, let me share about anxiety as a chiropractor because anxiety and your nerves, your nervous system has a huge correlation. So this is going to really help you to move you to the next level and get you to break the level of anxiety that's holding you back. So it's normal to experience anxiety if it's not chronic, if it's just temporarily. Like, for example, if you want to try something new and then you feel just a temporary anxiety, that's fine. It becomes a problem when we experience anxiety chronically. It becomes a problem when you have those symptoms all the time. So let me ask you a few questions here so you can tap within yourself and see where the anxiety is coming from and where you're feeling and noticing in your body, because that's the key. It's a guidance to tell you what's going on and which direction to focus. Okay, so when you experience anxiety, it means in terms of what do you notice in your body. So I'm going to ask you questions. Just tap into your body and kind of notice, what do you feel. So when you feel anxiety, do you notice like tightness in your chest? Do you notice heart palpitation? Do you notice that you're constantly fearing about the future and the past, or you have these lingering questions about the future, lingering questions about the past, in more in a worried and fearful and an anxiety state. So when you tap and you start noticing you doing this all the time and it becomes chronic, what happens is your body creates this tightness in your physical body. So your muscles, your spine, and your entire system starts to contract. So when you have this chronic contraction, your nervous system cannot express itself at 100%. When it has difficulty to express itself at 100%, it creates a certain level of pressure in the body. So most of us tell like, oh, I feel pressure. I don't know what that is. I feel this weird tightness in my neck. I feel this tightness in my head. I feel a headache. So there's different ways people will express that to me when they come into the clinic. So the pressure that's building up, I'm trying to use words that you can understand so you can really like relate, at the same time have some hope. But the key is to get you out of this so you don't have to depend on medications, because once you get into that route, it's very hard to come out of it. So the key is to kind of pivot and start a new direction so you can serve your body, serve yourself, serve your soul, and heal at a higher level. So as a chiropractor, so let me state this first. Your body has the power to heal. Your body can self-regulate. Your body knows exactly what to do. That's the intelligence inside of your body. That is exactly the wisdom your body has. But when we give the wrong environment, when we give the wrong information, when we give stuff to the body that it's not serving, your intelligence will compensate towards that stress. So when there's stress in our spine, as a chiropractor, that's what we do. We look for stress in the spine and we restore motion, and the body starts to adapt and self-regulate and starts to heal. So I'm not healing you. So when patients come in with anxiety, what happens usually, they get this powerful adjustment and all of a sudden they start crying and they don't even know why they're crying, because they're releasing pressure out of their system. They're releasing pain out of the body. Once they start releasing this, the body inside will start to self-regulate. The hormones, the chemical, everything starts to self-regulate. It creates this internal shift, a physiological shift. Okay? So when this physiological shift starts to happen, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. So patients afterwards, they notice that they can function, they can focus better, they feel like they're more present, and they start to see life in a different level, a different perspective. And that's what happens when they come in for the adjustments. And as I said, anxiety is such a big topic, and you can see anxiety from so many different directions, and you may experience it differently from someone else that you know. Okay, so it does not mean that your anxiety is worse than the other. It all depends on how long you had it for and how long it has been interfering you, has been in your way. So if you look deeply inside of it, you can see anxiety is just a response to your state. It's a state. Okay. So that means you can also shift that state and bring your power back within inside of you. So same thing when you purchase the home study services that I've created online, it's also going to help you to bring yourself back into your presence, into your power. And the home study process is more about you're kind of tapping into the frameworks to help you to support. Like, so the way I did it, the framework is to help you support your nervous system. So you are really doing the work. I'm not doing the work. I'm just giving you the guidance, and you end up doing the work, and your body is healing with you. So in the process, you're giving your body a chance to release heaviness within the body. So it's kind of clearing the energy. At the same time, you're building your emotional intelligence, having more awareness of your thoughts about your future, thoughts about your past, thoughts about your present. So you know exactly what you're doing. So you're kind of getting into that present time consciousness. When you get into that present time consciousness, a lot of things changes with you. And if you go deep within that state, you notice your power is being turned on. You notice, you see and breathe and feel life in a different level. So when you're in that state, you can become aware of when you're bringing yourself down, when you are actually literally creating anxiety by the way you're thinking, the way you're seeing the future, the way you're seeing the past. And then you have this instant opportunity to shift yourself, to make a change within yourself and claim a new presence, claim a new power within yourself. So this is a process. So the home study program is something that you will do on a regular basis to break your old habits, and create new, healthier versions of you. Most people try to create healthy versions without breaking old habits. What it does to your nervous system, it starts to increase heaviness, and you start feeling heavy and tired, and you feel like you're trying to push through life with willpower and with more energy, and your life shouldn't operate that way. You can actually go with flow instead of putting so much energy trying to push through the resistance. So through this home study, you'll be able to release the resistance and get into your power and literally see the world in a whole new level. There's always going to be something to unlock. There's always going to be something to unlock, especially when you tap into new level of difficulties, challenges, new level of learning, whatever that is for you. Everyone has different experiences in life. They choose different things. So every level brings in new challenges, but can you be in that challenge and not let that anxiety come back and stay chronic for you? Because when it becomes chronic, you create resistance. When you have resistance, your energy within your spine does not flow, and then you feel all these sickness, this illness start to develop, which sometimes you go to the doctor and they say, like, we don't know what's happening. So it's because your nervous system is under stress. One more thing I want to say here is a lot of people talk about increasing your nervous system capacity. The way I see nervous system capacity, you don't really increase your capacity, you strengthen your nervous system. When you strengthen your nervous system, it's actually, you have this resilience. You can handle so many different things in life. You can get to a level that it doesn't become as hard. But the way you do this, it's by changing and reframing the way you see life. Okay. So when you come in for a chiropractic adjustment, I'm not teaching, I'm not guiding. Your body guides you. It knows exactly what to do. My job is just to remove that interference so you have more clarity and focus within your life, within yourself, and you can literally create a better life for yourself. Okay, and you can take those actions. Half the time we stop taking those actions is because something is holding ourselves back, and usually it's a nervous system interference. Okay, And that's my job. So if you're interested in doing the home study process, you can definitely go to our site. All the information is in there. If you want to come in for the clinic for a powerful chiropractic adjustment to ensure that your nervous system is constantly self-regulating, contact our clinic and we'll see you there. Thank you for watching.